Yo ho ho, it's your boy Trab, Moody Claws with yet another G.I. Joe classified ranking and reviewed. And today I got a question for y'all. What was the worst, and best G.I. Joe classified 2-pack of 2024? If I'm missing one, let me know, but I think it was 4 of them. I only touched on 2 of these 8 figures, and I couldn't go into 2025 without having reviewed the other 6. Yes, I've ranked and mini reviewed every single G.I. Joe classified figure in 2024, minus these sets. So let's see which classified 2-pack stands out on top and winds up the worst of 2024. Well, it's number 4. It's the worst 2-pack of 2024, and that's the Tiger Force set between Roadblock and Tripwire. And, alright, fine. We'll count it. Christopher Diagnostic McLeod 80. I'm just messing with you. Chris, good old Full Force. Shout them out, Full Force. But we didn't get Tiger Force Apsura. How cool would that have been if he was just Tiger Stripe Rat? It would have been a lot of fun. But cost-cutting measures happen. Or Tiger Force Roadblock. Look, most people are going to buy this 2-pack for the Roadblock, or they did buy this 2-pack for the Roadblock. He actually was pretty much requested. One thing I dig in Go Blue, even though it's black, it does look like a Michigan football helmet. Michigan Wolverines, that is, although it is black. So you could say Pittsburgh Steelers, but just the design on it looks a little Michigan. Good face sculpt. He's got some worn out tiger deco, kind of like they did with some of the other characters, but to me, it's got a nice wash on it. Roadblock also has some pretty cool tiger stripes on the head once you take the helmet off. And yes, sirree, it's a heavy artillery Roadblock repaint, pretty much. What's crazy is the skin color is different. I found that pretty fascinating. This is brown. This is like a more subtle shade of brown. And yeah, we have those gruesome pins. Still getting pins on figures. It would have been nice. I mean, Marvel Legends coming out with new figures and re-releasing figures and just making them pinless. And there's a look at the 2 face sculpts. Give you an idea of that. One with the paint, one without. And you got the secondary, but yeah. Everything else is the same, just repainted. And the ultimate tip that we would get in Tiger Force Roadblock, of course, was the Deuce thrown in, the 60th anniversary infantry action soldier. And it does come with a swappable pistol grip. You got the 2-hand turret handle. And then we go regular right there. Because I got the gridiron version of the Marauders right here. I don't know where the other one was. I'm in the middle of a move, so I don't have everything, but doing my best. And you go back and you get the turret. And it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. And there we are. We have a repaint of the Desert Eagle from the infantry Roadblock. One nice touch, though, is the all-new backpack with the ammo cans that you could see. It's very well done. Looks real cool. It's not functional, though. Nothing comes out. The cans don't come out, but that's fine. Baba boom. Wish it came with some blast effects. And there we go. I know you can't help it, but Tripwire comes with these Tony the Tiger Stripe underoos. I mean, just freaking ridiculous. But, it does match. It is pretty hilarious, and G.I. Joe is 80s centric anyway, even if it's classified up. One other thing I definitely want to mention is when I did the double knee, and now it works nicely. This actual boot popped off, but it didn't snap off. See right there? It can just pop off. So now I don't know if it's kind of screwed forever or it's supposed to be popping off, but yeah. Anyway, that happened. And there's your 101, the 2 tripwires, and man, Tripwire, being a bomb expert, being subdued like this with a very drab color palette worked. This is ridiculous. I'll just say I think this is the worst G.I. Joe classified figure of the year. It won't wind up my worst this Wednesday just because I'm not going to include a 2-pack in my worst. Some other people might do that. But yeah, this color scheme is as shit as the brown on his duds. But I just figured I'd give you a look at everything side by side. He loses the logo. that you got there. Yeah, everything else is just redone. And there's a comparison of the two face sculpts that we've got for Tripwire. And yeah, pretty good. Funny how it's just more ginger action. I mean, Wallace Weems joins the Ginger Club in GIJoe Classified, where this was definitely a brunette. Kind of reminded me of the young Chris Evans lookalike there. But yeah, as you can see, it's got this neck piece. I don't even think I have this in right or whatever, but it feels loose. Maybe it's just loose without the helmet. But yeah, this piece right here doesn't come with this on here, so it's just a lot of brown. So it would have probably been nicer to hide that with that forest green. The one thing I do like better though is this mobile armored control lever, you know, for explosive ordnance disposal. McLeod, but yeah, this is cool. I think they did a cool job with that. Definitely loses the boopity beepity reds. Could have added yellow there. Come on, man. How much does that really cost? Like, I know, paint applications, they cost everything. But otherwise, same thing. This is just a duller gray. And it's got the handle and everything like that. But yeah, pretty cool. We've got our Claymore mine detector. So this one's got the yellow handle. This seems to be the same in person, but this is a much brighter gray. This is like actually an olive drab. Then you got these backpacks here, and once you get the mine in, you'll never get it out, which is probably a good thing. I do like that they added the blue. So I almost don't want to push it in because I don't want to get it stuck, since I like that blue color there. And these mines are just horrible, as you may already know. I mean, they look good on this side. That has the nice silver there, but once you go here, you got a peg. So they just kind of do this. Pretty ridiculous. But yeah, I'll probably never get this one out. So I'll never know if it's yellow or blue or what's underneath. I mean, I really wish these like snapped on or felt better. It's just a support, and it's just loose. It's just weird. This is just terrible. And just to finish, you got your Colt 1911 semi-automatics, and then your remotes that have absolutely no other paint applications, and they're really just kind of there. Quick whiskeys for our Tiger Force roadblock and tripwire set. Look, I think roadblock's pretty stellar. I mean, this was a roadblock we needed. It's pretty iconic. I'll go a sharp 3.75 out of 5 for roadblock. I mean, it's pretty much all reuse. The helmet looks fantastic. The all-new crate backpack, very well done. Using the Marauders from the 60th Infantry. I'll take it. I dig them. Tripwire, this figure is just a disaster. I'm going 2.75 for Tiger Force Tripwire. The worst GIJoe classified figure of the year. For me anyway, but grand total 3.25 whiskeys. So if this is the worst 2-pack of the year and it's 3.25 out of 5, that's saying something. And how could I not get a good look at the entire Tiger Force team? Pretty good, right? Yeah, I got the two weaklings in the back, Dusty and Tripwire, at least in my opinion. But overall, it's a pretty damn good team. They've definitely outdid themselves classified with the Tiger Force, that's for sure. Number 3, it's the Mad Marauder Spirit and Low Light. And I did a full review in a previous video. It was a ranking of the Mad Marauders figures at the time. But just to summarize, Spirit Iron Knife, having Outback accessories made total sense. In addition to the Black Golden Eagle, Neol, super fun addition to change on that. Definitely the better half of the Mad Marauders duo. And I went 3.75 -4 for Spirit Iron Knife, the Mad Marauders version. However, Low Light's color super pops in particular. I mean, especially compared to that OG drab that was pretty dull because it's supposed to be its low light. But the idea of this guy just feels better than the execution. Either way, 3.25-3.5, a solid figure, a very solid 2-pack. But it lands at number 3 in this set at a 3.5-3.75 total whiskeys for the Mad Marauders Spirit and Low Light. Number 2, it's the Steel Corps Commander and the Twilight Guard. What's great about the set is it's a versus set. And you know, we do a lot of verses here at A Toy Kind of Mood on the channel. And they even went so far as to make the insert a Cobra versus Joe insert. So I thought that was a nice touch. A unique set, having a good guy Joe and a bad guy Cobra into the same 2-pack. So real cool. Let's talk about the Steel Corps Commander. And we all know the steel core set prior to this year wasn't the best. And that was one of the few 2-packs that we got in the line so far. But the steel core commander does have this gold-ish helmet, keeping the same blue accents on the visor that it had. So that's a nice touch. Of course, the gold helmet was a special one for the steel brigade. And yeah, he's got Stalker's arms, but then you hide it with all these forearm wrist guards and armor there. And then you take Lowlight, who we just saw, and you give him the legs on Marauder or regular Lowlight legs. So that's a really cool combination. Good reuse. Obviously, you could see the stripe all the way up the thigh, and the belt buckle is exactly the same. Looking at the shoulder pauldrons, it's got a nice gold tampo compared to the yellow one. Closer look there. Switch off to the side. Pretty much the same, but the same overlay. So you can see that one doesn't have the black on that pack, but everything else seems to be pretty much the same. Yep. Same holsters as well, except this guy comes with a golden gun. Little James Bond action there. It looks like maybe that gun goes in there, actually, just to give him something different. Yeah, that feels like that goes in there more, and it's more significant that way. Looks to be a same pack. It's just upside down. Very unique there. All right, it's Royal Blue Gazette time, and he comes with a lot of guns. The Steel Core Commander does. Got an M16. Little warped. I mean, we've seen worse, right? It's the same one that comes with Grunt and M16. Like, you get the scope on top to separate it. That same sniper rifle that we've seen time and time again. And then you get the M60 railgun. It's got this blue bipod, which is hilarious. And then it's going with the ammo feed, the same one we just saw, and the Roadblock 2-pack. And you get these scars up top, more of an SBR or PDW on the smaller one. We've got a comparison here. This is what we got with the Steel Core Commander set. And then these were really warped back then. And they're not so bad now. You can see they're not perfect, but they're a little bit harder plastic. I mean, Lenny did promise that we wouldn't be getting warped weapons, and by the end of 24, I think he said. So these came out before that, but they're headed in the right direction, I think. I actually think the blast effects are pretty well done. I do like the fact that you can put the effect inside of the effect. I'm not 100% sure that's how they were last time, but I do like the wash on there. And then you get this like crazy one where it's like all volcanic, and it's got the white. It might actually have that backwards. I don't know. You tell me. But then you get the smoke effect that comes out there. So that's pretty cool. It's something new. At least I believe. I don't remember these really bright yellow flames that go with the bursts. And yeah, these are pretty warpy. And I got so many damn weapons with the set that I messed up. Actually, you got the ammo can that snaps right in there. But the weird thing is you get this loop. And then, I don't know if this... Oh, it just comes out. Okay. Now we're good. Now he makes sense. And then before we move on to the Twilight Guard, it's just a nice look at the different Steel Core group and helmets. And, you know, there's a zillion of them. I mean, Mutt, Wreckage, Starduster, so on and so forth had, you know, like more of the Tiger style helmets and everything. You know, the gold helmet, it's a nice touch at the end of the day, but 8 million gazillion guns that weren't always the best. I mean, adding the really bright blue, royal blue to it is kind of silly too. I mean, it builds the faction up a little bit. I can't go any more than 3.25-3.5. I think it's a solid figure with a helmet and stands better than the other two. Definitely the height feels a little more appropriate for this guy, but nothing blow away with the Steel Core Commander. And yes, Twilight Guard is the clear winner of this pack. And it's got soft goods, shoulder cape. I mean, that's really cool. I mean, that definitely caught eyes. Get the orange in there that matches the visor color. And this is a really dope scheme. Very fitting for Halloween, even though we're a little festive in the Christmas season. Nice grays bouncing off of silvers and blacks. This is really one of the coolest looking troopers that they've made. And the best part is it's just all damn reuse. Then right away we'll get the obvious side of the way. It's clearly based on the Crimson Guards with the head, but the torso is not the same at all. It's actually the Cobra officers. We're finally seeing the Cobra officer torso in another figure. And then you get this strap that goes across the soft goods. But yeah, everything else you could see, the web gear is 1-to-1, but from the waist down, it's different. So you got Scarface in the his house. So the arms and hands are actually from the his driver, and you can see this really bright glossy forearm, the same exact hands there. So that's really a good look. Open that up. You see the webbing inside. The same elbow pads. And we'll bring in our old pal Tripwire we've seen before. And you see the boots. Same boots. Same legs, as you can see by the knees. Same diaper underneath. Get our crimson sword and purple. I don't mind the purple to go along with this guy because of the underneath web gear. It's very hard to see the accents, but I like the whole orange and purple, giving them like a Halloween Twilight feel as mentioned. So, but the blades look to be the same. It's just the handle. You got the old red one from Python Patrol. Get the black from the OG Crimson. This looks like a shinier, lighter blade. These look like duller, darker silver blades. And everything was oh so great until we got purple versions of Gung Ho. Yes, Gung Ho number 7. OG classified Nerf guns. We got the motorized blaster, grenade launcher looking thing, like that Ultra 1 or whatever. You got the Chewbacca blaster shotty. You got the Moto Blitz bull pup. They're freaking Nerf guns, and they brought them back for the Twilight card, which is absolutely ridiculous. I don't even remember this backpack. Did this come with Gung Ho and it's just redone? I'm too lazy to look. Almost have to snap the guns on. I don't know. These things are all over the place. Another fun discovery note is that this blast effect that shows going with the Twilight Guard doesn't actually fit on any of these Nerf blasters. There's no porthole on any of these things. It's ridiculous. You know what? I changed my tune on this set. Just looking at it in the box, I'm like, yeah, this is easily number 2. It isn't. It's pretty much tied with the Mad Marauders pack, actually, for me. I'll give it the 2 nods since it's a tie anyway. But yeah, the Twilight Guard looks cool. It's probably the coolest looking figure in this entire video, but the functionality in the old weapons really barrels it down. I'm going to still give it a 4 out of 5 because I think the reuse on the body was brilliant and he looks super dope. And obviously the half cape giving us a tip for IG Destro in the future. Still cool. I almost went a little higher. And then I'm going to scale down the Steel Core Commander actually and go 3.25 for him. So a total of 3.5-3.75. I know these whiskey ratings are just freaking nuts. But yeah, it's almost a virtual tie with 3, but we'll give the slight nod to this one since it's newer and it's a versus pack. That can only leave number 1, Night Force Falcon. Vincent R. Falcone, one of the Falcone nephews from the Penguin TV show on Max. No, I'm kidding. And then Quarrel, yeah, we get some Z-Force action. Yes, that's right, Battle Action Force. And yeah, this one's superb. Another Night Force group. Pretty dope. A surprise Action Force character. More of a deep cut, British Joes. And then, best of all, Lenny, Emily, Tony, and company listening to the fans, giving the people what they want with a new Falcon face sculpt. And this guy looks really good. One issue I have on my delivery is I've got some crappy plastic chip underneath both face sculpts. As you can see, kind of like a butter chin that's kind of affecting angles. See all that messed up? So a little bit of a QC issue. Man, I've had some bad luck this year between Guile and now this. But yeah, definitely an improvement for sure. All right, so first let's take a quick look at our buddy Falcon here, Vinny Falcone. Well, I got some good news and some bad news. And the bad news, of course you want to hear that first, is I searched and searched through a giant Ziploc bag of head sculpts, and I can't find my OG classified Falcon face. The good news is that I can't find my OG classified Falcon face. We've got a really good looking Falcon sculpt, and some people aren't all that thrilled with it. You see, a little chunky, a little wide, but if that doesn't suit you, you take Stardust's face, and a lot of folks are doing this one, and it's a younger, better looking version of Falcon, but then the face just becomes feels like it's too big for this body, because obviously now we've got the Outback Buck, which is a much better build, but then it feels like his face is really thin for that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Which one do you prefer? In prior, I was using Blowback, but man, those eyes are a little creepy. Otherwise, this would be just my face sculpt for Falcon, and I'd be okay with it, but yeah, this guy's in a daze, man. And the shoulder pauldrons, we've seen these before. Of course, a different logo than Steel Core, but same ones, just different paint, Night Force paint. So you take those off. Probably looks a little better that way. And you got Outback, and you can see the buck is pretty much the same. Everything else is one-to-one, top to bottom. Not the secondary harnesses, sheaths, or anything like that, but the whole buck is the same. Good choice. Speaking of Tunnel Rat, we get those same nods included with Night Force Falcon. And yeah, this is definitely an improvement. Great suggestions from the community. Take that off. And yeah, I actually am going to go with this Falcon face for Night Force. But, and by the way, I think the olive drab handkerchief there looks good. And then we switch it over to Sam Whitmer Falcon. And man, that's perfect. That looks absolutely perfect. Starduster, who I'm not a big fan of as a figure anyway, and I'm going to keep it with the Steel Core helmet. Yeah, that is freaking dope. Let's get a shot of him with the beret. And yeah, I think we have ourselves a winner right there. Take the pads off. Tunnel Rat handkerchief. Starduster face. And you're good to go. As for the rest of Falcon, Night Force Falcon, he's got Range Viper's tactical vest and belt. And he's got some of the weapons, as you can see right there, that Sig Sauer, that MG338 light machine gun version. Let's see how the ammo. Yeah, it's a little brighter in the paint on the shells, but otherwise pretty much same thing. And then the same M32 on the back, the multiple grenade launcher. And it's not bad. I believe these were pretty warpy. Actually, that one's not terrible. And this one's a lot stiffer than it was, but same one, just different plastic. And then we get the backpack, same thing, just got OD green canisters, ropes, and the antenna. So definitely the classic backpack that Falcon had. Got the knife sheath there, same knife, just a black blade. Only issue is you can't attach any guns to it, and he comes with a few, so it's kind of a bummer there. Then he's got a holster. Again, another holster with no handgun. So, I've seen that twice in these 2-packs. Well, Quarrel comes with 2 pistols, or at least the box shows that way. And she has no holsters, so we'll give one to Falcon. And they both come with Night Force colors, at least with the red here. Z-Force, Night Force. Color Steel Core helmets. You don't need me to throw these on, y'all know. And then I don't know where the shotgun was from last time, but at least they added red here on the thruster, so that's cool. You got some gold accents on the shells, and then yeah, it's clips off. Here we go, snaps back on. Yeah. Next up is Quarrel, and you're looking at it right there. It's a repaint of Scarlet and some pieces from Shooter. Take that. Legs, it's the same. You get the arms, get back, even got the ninja stars on there, so same thing. And even the boom, boom, boom in the back is the same. And then the front is different. You got the torso of Shooter with the ammo and a knife sheath there. So same neck and collar and turtleneck underneath and all. And the face sculpt does look familiar. It does look like the OG Scarlet, just with a short hair. But since nobody uses that face sculpt anymore, I'm not mad at the use. And this face sculpt just looks better. I'm pretty sure I have that face sculpt lying around somewhere. But yeah, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. She looks like she's all business, but still a woman, you know, lipstick and some eyeshadow. And I like the whole earpiece and everything going around the neck. And yeah, they did a great job there. You can remove the shoulder pauldrons just like you could with Falcon. And that reveals a Z-Force logo, which is super dope. But I kind of like the shoulder pauldrons on her rather than Falcon. Gives her more of a base. And then underneath you see the British flag. So maybe I will just take them off just to have the cool looking tampos. All right, and then crossbow bolts, same thing, except they're just placed differently. Get this one here and this one here. Actually, no, never mind. I just had them on that. They're the same exact position. And the bolts fit in nice and tight there. Same crossbow. I don't know what happened in this front. It's in a box. So I'm moving my toy room. But yeah, same exact crossbow. And gun-wise, we're getting that same M16. Modified looking gun that we've seen with Grunt and now Retro Scarlet and so forth. And then a Glock that doesn't fit anywhere on her person. No backpack, disappointing. But we get these strange flashlights from Tunnel Rat's pack, but no backpack. So that must have just been an error or a way to juice up the price. In short, this 2-pack is damn awesome. Much better in hand than I imagined. Look, this is the first official British Action Force figure in the classified line, which is major. And that means we're going to get a lot of cool figures like this in the classified line. Yes, this is the Crimson Moon Sleepwalker, aka a Red Shadows trooper, or homage to Red Shadows, I should say. We'll probably get an official one. We are getting one from Skeletron. So it's cool. We're getting the British invasion now with G.I. Joe, seeing the popularity of the Roboskull, the Skeletron, everything that Fresh Monkey's doing. Super 7 even came out with the Red Shadows Trooper. Oh, and how can I forget? We've got Quarrel's ride. Here, almost ran into Falcon. Shockwave's going to have to go hoofing because this is her ride. They're both outstanding. I'm going to go 4 out of 5 for Night Force Falcon. Way better than I thought. Quarrel is fantastic. The color scheme is badass. A great homage to British Action Force. And 4.25 for Quarrel. She's the best figure I reviewed today. For a total of 4-4.25, by far the most superior 2-pack of the year for G.I. Joe Classified. All right, that was the G.I. Joe Classified Best and Worst 2-packs of 2024. Hope you dig the video, guys. And if you do, like it. Please like, helps the algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern. Including this week is a very special week because it's a toy kind of mood 200. That's right, episode ATKM 200. But for now, guys, it's Trav Moody, Kitchen Toil. But definitely not Walmart. Peace.